So, Miss Click, Nintendo ambassador.
Oh God, there it is. It was gonna be used.
How's that treating you?
Yeah, it's
Must be nice.
Must be very nice. You did. I feel
bad.
You just
about
got some stuff from them, right? You just got a game early. What did you get?
I don't get any games.
This
early.
feels like bullying.
I get
No.
I get games late. Let's be real here. I get games late.
Did you get Fire Emblem?
Yeah, they did. I think they sent that code
yeah.
out, but I can't try it yet because I'm here with y'all. So
I know. I need to go
you're
to
more
GameStop
important.
and grab it.
Yeah.
Are you excited to play that?
Oh yeah, I'm stoked. I really, I wasn't into Fire Emblem too much before the Three Houses came out. I think Three Houses kind of solidified that for me. So I'm really excited to expand more on that universe.
I'm excited.
When did that come out?
I think it was yesterday.
Today.
Today?
Oh.
Today,
Friday.
right now.
Friday,
I'm
yeah.
so into
Oh.
Nintendo games.
I know. Apparently, it has co-op. I didn't know that.
I don't
Well,
know
it's-
anything about this game.
Warriors games normally do, right?
Yeah, I was told that, and I didn't know that.
Usually it's the performance you have to worry about for those, though. Like, I think the previous Nintendo Warriors games, it, like, drops frames like crazy.
Oh, it's
so.
another Warriors game.
Yeah.
What's this one called?
Okay,
Three
Bob,
Hopes.
you are
And what
on
was
the
the other one?
Nontendo podcast.
Fire Emblem.
I'm learning so much about Nintendo on
I
this.
think it was just
Nontendo
Fire
podcast.
Emblem Warriors.
Okay.
Yeah.
I played the Zelda one, and that one dropped.
Okay,
frames
let
like
me-
a lot.
It did.
Let me catch you up, Bob. So
Please.
the Warriors games have
Okay.
been these games with like 1,000 enemies where you wail on them.
I know that.
And they started
I know that
taking
much.
properties like Zelda and Fire Emblem
And
and
Mario.
making them. But with the last Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity one, it was like another
I played
level.
that one. I
They
played that
went
one.
all out. It had a story that was canon within the universe.
pretty cool.
It became like an actual part of the franchise
There was like a
and property.
2-hour demo you could play.
Yeah, rather than just a whaling simulator. So now they've done another Fire Emblem one, but this time it's the same thing. It has a story and it's all, you can pick between the three houses and everything. It feels
Yeah.
like an extension
That
of...
must be really cool if you like Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
I heard there was too much Fire Emblem, too much Xenoblade.
These guys
right?
know someone that really loves Fire Emblem and Xenoblade. Big fan of RGT85.
Yeah, people love him on Twitter for it.
Yeah.
Right?
What happened?
I mean, I don't think he...
Tell us about RGT.
He was shit talking Fire Emblem.
and-
right?
And Xenoblade.
Oh, and
you can't leave
Xenoblade.
Xenoblade
Can't
out of
leave
it.
out Xenoblade.
It's coming up soon.
I mean, he wanted impressions and he got them. So
No, I legitimately...
He was baiting, is what you're saying.
yes.
The thing I'll give Sean is he is always just... I think he's straight up about it. I just don't think he... I think he wants something else, but I don't think he understands it's intelligent systems and Monolith Soft making them. So what would Nintendo have him do differently?
Okay.
To clarify on who I guess RGT is, but also what the Spawncast is for, I went into this assuming that everyone would know.
Yeah.
But maybe let's expand on it a little bit and flesh it out. So, John, you started the Spawncast on the back of your YouTube channel, Spawnwave. How did
Yes.
that come about?
So it was a long time ago, but it's probably like episode 240 something, 250 something now.
Yeah, you've done like 250,000.
Yeah, it's been a lot, right? So looking back on it though, just randomly like, let's do a podcast because people are paying attention to the channel. And we just got some people together and that was it. We're just like,
why-
get on
why
Discord.
are
Or no,
there-
we were doing Google Hangouts at the time.
Why are there 15 people on every
Yeah,
show?
why? How do you manage
No,
that?
we max it out. We have like usually 7 or 8, right?
I think there's originally like 9 of us
Yeah,
all
yeah.
together, but I feel like usually, especially recently, so many life changes, it hasn't been all 9 of us except for, I don't know, when you get all 9 of us together, it's kind of like a reunion and everybody's
Yeah.
freaking out like, oh, everybody's here.
I think it works well to have more people than you need just in case somebody has to do something that week or something. You always have a full panel basically then.
When you get the
So-
full, does it just feel like chaos?
Not necessarily. I think for the most part, like we cover all like these different topics. So like we might cover something that someone's just not that interested in or have much of an opinion on. So they just kind of hang out and it gets covered. Then we move to the next thing and the next thing. And I think if we were all like talking about like, if we were all there for one topic, it would be chaos then.
I don't know. If we added a third person, I think I would just be fighting to talk the whole time.
I mean, to be fair, there's
We
some...
fight enough to talk
know.
with each other.
I mean, some wild stuff has happened on the podcast. So like fires become involved at some point. So
Go
you
on.
seem to talk a lot about chest hair being lit. Can
yeah,
you comment on that?
he just randomly, Sean just randomly lights his chest hair on fire. for
Now,
one
how
episode.
often does this happen?
It happened in one episode, right?
It was only once.
Because
Okay.
he had a story related to it.
Well,
Yeah.
it's happened once, but apparently he used to do it all the time. in his private life.
Because of his roommate.
Somehow we went for, I can't remember what we were talking about. It was something video game related. That's all I know. And then it goes into him.
Video game
It was that
podcast.
picture. There's a picture that circulates on Twitter of him shirtless with like a single flame.
Yes. Yep. So somebody threw that at him on Twitter when he's, of
Okay.
course, saying something on Twitter. And he was like, well, I can just show you. And it went from that to him just lighting his chest around. And he actually did. It lit on fire. And then there's another time where he stood up and his pants fell down. And
How do you manage Sean on the show? Because I feel like Sean is always a day away from being cancelled. Is that a fear that you have?
That's the suspenseful part. You
So
don't
you
know.
like it. You like having.
Yeah, he knows.
the
He
thrill.
knows there's any time he could just
Right.
be canceled. He says something that's like a sentence, and everyone on the podcast just kind of tenses up a little bit. And we're like,
Speaking
oh.
of, did you want to explain the 50-50 thing?
Do I want to? No, I don't want to. I like
Okay.
it where it
Depends.
is.
Are you
'cause
wanting to get demonetized?
I want to know a 50-50 thing.
Oh, you don't know.
I don't know.
I actually do know, and we shouldn't.
What? Then why did you bring it up?
Because
Me and the audience.
I'll tell you.
This is what it feels like when you say to leave it for the bonus episode.
I'll tell you in the bonus. I'll tell you in the bonus.
There you go. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, Miss Clegg, when did you join the Spawncast? How'd that come about?
I think it was one of the later 9, right? I feel like I was probably like the 8th member or something. I feel like
Yeah, 'cause
maybe I was the 9th.
We had you on for a guest, and then
For
we should just have her back. And then
Yeah.
that was it.
it was like a couple years,
And
and
then
then
she
it was
wouldn't
like
leave.
Everyone on the podcast showed up as a guest at one point, and
Yeah.
we were like, that worked really well. Let's have him back again, and then again, and then eventually it's just like we'll send him a Discord link, and then we'll go from there.
yeah.
So it just kind of works out that way. You just bring them in, and then they have good chemistry, and we just keep it. So
How do you navigate being on the Sausage Fest cast?
A lot of nonverbal cues.
I
So
thought you were talking to John. when you said that.
No.
it's a lot of nonverbal cues. It's a lot of if something is said, it's that silent eye contact with the camera of being like, "Help me," but also
Now, is that a playful help me, or does it get rough?
Yeah, no, I mean for the most part, usually John over here is kind of like
I can move us along. if
he moves
takes
it
a while.
along pretty fast,
I
but
just kind of move along. if we need to.
sometimes you can like see the look in his face where he kind of likes facilitating the chaos. So he's like, I'm gonna let this go for a little bit more.
Yep.
But for the most part, I mean, everybody's is just super chill, and I think we're used to each other's sense of humor after a certain point. So, it's I think at this point, if it wasn't a certain way, you would kind of worry if something was wrong.
Okay.
So
Yeah, like if it was, if everyone
Yeah,
was just being real like careful of each other, where Sean or whoever will just say anything.
Yeah.
like that's it. And it just
Yeah.
keeps going.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of become that point where it's just every Saturday, it's just a group of friends hanging out. And so when we're at, events like this, getting to see each other, it doesn't feel that different.
So are you doing one tomorrow? Like
We
a live Spawncast?
Because
We
you
did
do
like
every
a-
Saturday nights, right?
we did if there's a Saturday that I won't be available, which isn't that often. You usually record something ahead of time.
Okay.
I just post like something's gonna go up tomorrow.
So you post it, you don't premiere it or anything?
No, I just post it.
Okay.
Listen to it when they get a chance.
Premiere.
That's all.
It's so fancy.
I don't like
That's
premieres.
all. You don't like
we
premieres?
I love premieres.
I was gonna say, wait a
I was
minute.
gonna say,
When
yeah,
I'm on the Nontendo Podcast, premieres are great.
we're premiering this right now. Say hi in the live chat.
Say hi in the live chat.
But outside of the Spawncast, you have your own channel and your own Twitch streams, and you've been working as a Nintendo ambassador for a long time. Why can I not mention it?
Because I still, I feel your pain,
No, there's no pain.
I was a Nintendo ambassador
what-
at one point.
Oh yeah,
question's
well,
for me?
You were an ambassador.
Yeah.
You not
What
anymore?
happened? Tell us why
not.
you're not.
I'm not anymore.
What-
He
What'd you do?
he just told him. He's just like, hey.
Yeah, it was kind of like it got to the point where it was more influencer related rather than media or like coverage related.
Yeah.
And that's what it was just, I wanted something different from it. And it's a PR company, or Golan,
Yeah.
and their job is to, we distribute material and game stuff for promotion to people who can then relay that information to their own audience in like an exciting way and all this to get it to them. Didn't make sense for me because you see my thumbnails, I'm boring. When it comes to that stuff. Look at this game, this kind of thing.
That can't be
And-
it.
Well, no, but I'd rather have it more along the lines of have the game early
Exactly.
and be able to
I
do
knew
coverage.
it.
Exactly.
Well, no, but I
knew
did.
it.
But here's the thing: Nintendo's changed with that because they used to give it to us early,
Right.
Yeah.
but they have things have leaked out. So they've got to the point where they're very careful with it. To where I've heard that they have systems with specific accounts on it that you have to use, and like especially for Pokemon. And that became a bit of an issue. So now it's kind of like, I can just get the game and do it myself. I'm not gonna do like the influencer. Like they'll have people come out, they'll do fun events and stuff. That's not really something I'm gonna be able to do well.
Yeah, something that we talked about on I think the first episode was like they'll give you games for free, but a lot of times, especially lately, they might give it to you late. And your channel especially is very topical.
I ran into that issue with Mario Odyssey where it was going to midnight and they're like, we can send it to you at 3 a.m. I'm like, well, I can just buy it at midnight and get 3-hour head start on it.
You have to because that's your channel. You need to do that. And then you'll buy it yourself and then they'll make you say that it was given to you by Nintendo. Meanwhile, you paid for it already.
I ran into that issue with Splatoon 2. They actually gave me that early. It was like a week or two early. I was shocked. And we did full preview coverage of it. And then you got to do like the hashtag free code, all that stuff to fall in line with the guidelines and all that. That makes sense to me. But then after the game came out and I did the preview, the review, I then wanted to talk about sales for news. And I still had to include that tag. And because it was the subject, and I was like, well, I do news every day. I don't really, if Splatoon is anywhere in there, I don't want to have to then follow up with a hashtag for that because I'd rather use that for, if I'm talking about Xbox and Switch, I want to have hashtag Xbox, hashtag Switch, and then hashtag free product. It then kind of gets blended in with the other stuff that I'm talking about. And it's like, well, did Xbox give him this? Did Sony give him this? And it kind of gets lost in the shuffle. So
I think the best way to probably describe the program as I've seen it is because I've had games that I've wanted to cover. Like it fit within my schedule. Like I think the most recent one that they were supposed to get to me at a certain time, they actually physically mailed to me. I think it was Switch Sports, but something happened to the packaging. It was already kind of shipped late and it didn't fit in my schedule. So I couldn't cover it the way I wanted to. So the best way I've come to, I guess, analyze it is the ambassador program's good for people who consider Nintendo games like a hobby and not their career, which, if you're making games and reviews and sales and, every little hashtag, like you said, does count. It kind of, in a way, limits you with, having things early or being able to kind of compose things how you want that don't have to, line up with FTC regulations and stuff, because that's a whole thing. It's just one of those things like I think they really switched from that media side, like John was saying, to the influencer side because they want people, it's like, it's their hobby, like they're having fun with it versus, having to like, I need to get this out by this time. And I wish they would get the games out early or like right at midnight. There are definitely times, especially certain games I'm really itching to play, I would like to have them on time, but
well, it helps getting them early too, so you can start working on the review and everything.
Yeah, or do like a midnight stream or something, because a lot of people, want to watch that right away. And there have been times, and I've been honest with the team, is like, it'd be nice if you could get it when the hype is fresh, like right from the minute.
You get to talk to a team.
Well,
that's fun.
I'd like a representative.
I 100% agree, Miss Click. And I think it's better that it goes to people that are doing it as a hobby, because those are creators or people that maybe can't afford to buy every game. And
that's also true.
It's super helpful to get it out there, get it in their hands. Whereas, like me or Bob or whatever, at this point, like we can go out and buy a game, especially if it's not going to get there till late anyway. We can go out and buy it and start playing it on stream. So I think it makes sense that way.